Hello traders, welcome to today's Bitcoin and cryptocurrency technical analysis. So I'm going to start here on the daily time frame, and you can see with Bitcoin really it's just a very clean looking chart at the moment, the way that we've had this downtrend that has now broken market structure, and locally we're just putting in a range right now between this daily level and this weekly level. You can see also here with our point of control right up in this zone, so certainly an area of interest that Bitcoin is in at the moment. And I think we're kind of looking equal probabilities right now whether we do get a move up to our next major resistance, which I'm looking at around $51,800, or whether we do get that move down towards these lower targets around the 44,800 or 43,800 kind of area on this. So really it's playing a range at the moment, so we can zoom in on the 1 hour chart and we can just take a look at this range, and it's very clear to see when you do zoom in on this. Okay, so we have our weekly level, which has been tested on 2 occasions. Okay, this forming the lows of the range. Now obviously you can extend this down and you can start to pull other ranges from this, but really you're looking at regions between what we have as a weekly level and then what we have as a daily level up here, which has had these multiple touch points, and of course that breakthrough, that failed breakout attempt on a Sunday night, which ultimately did get retraced in full. Not to take the lows, but we have come back into this weekly level and we're still just trading this as a range. So what I'd say at the moment is we're kind of just, well, it's just stuck in the middle of this little range at the moment. So we do have, if we are to pull our fibs, you can see where we got our resistance, okay, in the golden pocket here. So again, zooming in a little bit more, you can see from this local move down from the highs of the range, the daily level, down to the lows, the weekly level, come into your golden pocket, and then we're seeing this retrace back from here on this chart. Other than that, I'm not really, I think it's going to be a case of whichever one of these levels breaks first and gets either acceptance outside of this area. So maybe we break down here and then we're looking for a downtrend to continue from this, or maybe Bitcoin can start to break through this level, hold above on this occasion, and then we're looking much higher throughout the rest of the week. So really for me on Bitcoin especially, I think it's remains pretty much looking as though it's going to stay range bound. I do think that if we do take these lows, specifically this low, I do think if this low comes and gets taken, then we will see a bounce, at least locally, for the rest of the day. In the same instance as if I do think we get a move up here, I would imagine that this would hold for quite some time. So I'm looking at that range bound day for today rather than any decisive moves that could take us to either up here or to down here. However, we do have to be aware of what the confluence is within these areas in case we do get a breakdown from this. So first of all, okay, let's look at our support lower down. So we do have, if we are to pull a fib from our lows up to our highs, what does this give you? A really nice zone within this golden pocket region. We could even pull it from back down here because that was ultimately the swing low of this move. But you can see this region with this golden pocket region lining up perfectly with our monthly open. So of course, if this does break down, there is a good probability that we could come back and test that monthly open to check if we're still looking for an up month in October, or whether we're obviously going to reverse that and be looking at much lower targets. That's always a very significant level. You do not want to see at all this level broken. What we can also do on this is to add our 0.5, and this gives us probably even more of a nice target, in my opinion, to look for longs around this 44,800 region. Now, once again, if we do go back onto the daily chart, and we can look at how clean everything is looking so far on this, that was an 8 hour. We can look at our daily chart, okay? So what we've seen so far on our daily is just this nice move in to take out these highs, but so far we've not seen a close above our daily level that we put in on the 18th, 19th of September. Okay, so that is a significant level, and unless we can get acceptance above there, get a close above there, it's certainly not making me bullish for another leg up. Now, if of course today's candle can close green and we're looking at a close today or later in the week above this 48,400 region, then I would be looking almost certainly for a move up to this 51,800. However, if we do get a close below this 47,200 area, then I'd almost certainly be looking for a level down, which would be around this 44,800. And within that area, okay, you have your 0.5 fib, and then it would just be a very simple retrace of test, previous resistance, flip it into support, and then we're looking at a move higher. So at the moment, really it's not it's nothing too complex at all. It's just simple support and resistance is working on Bitcoin right now. This is playing into the alts hands quite nicely because we're seeing this range bound behavior on Bitcoin, which is playing quite nicely for alts. I'm not going to cover alts today on this video anyway, but I will be looking at those possibly in the live stream later. And of course, there are certain setups that I'm looking to get into if we can get a pullback. Now, if we don't, then I think it will be a case of looking for acceptance up here, and then I can start to add alt positions. However, I'm still kind of exposed quite long already on a lot of the altcoins. So other than that, on Bitcoin, okay, so we do have these levels. These are my main support and resistance levels on this chart. Very simply just marked out by a high time frame support and resistance. Then if we do go over and we take a look at EXO, we can start to put this together and make a bit of a plan around these single prints and any points of control that are coming around in this area also. So looking at these levels, okay, 44,800, a significant level on this chart. If we're looking down here, you have 45k that lines up with the lows of the single print. So of course, if we do start to get acceptance below this area, this range of value that we've been in, especially below these lows at 46,700, I do think that that would trigger a move down to fill these single prints, and then of course come into this region on the chart here. Of course, we do have then a lower set of single prints, which surprisingly enough, 43,700. Whoops. Looking down here, you're within that region, that 44k, down to that 43,700 region, just below these single prints, looking at this day that we had on the 1st of October, back to our monthly open, okay? So, yeah, other than that, there's really not a huge amount else on the chart. We've got some good data to do. Got some good data to work with, and that's more or less just what I'm looking at on this chart. Let's just have a quick look on Ethereum, and we can see these same levels. Okay, so we do have Ethereum playing out much the same way. We did of course have this 5A pattern on here coming into the 0.5. We can remove that from the chart. I don't think that level is now relevant, but once again on here you can see our daily support and resistance. We can zoom in onto the 4-hour chart, and we can see here how nicely this is also playing around within this same range, okay, between two daily levels. So you can see on this chart here, you have a previous range that we put in, and that's kind of just where price is contained for now on Ethereum. Again, if we are to see a move down, I would probably be looking at moving these along, taking this daily into consideration, and then of course a move up is taking this into consideration. But for now, let's just add these on, and then we can start to build up another bit of a picture on this one. And once again, current range, I'd be expecting this daily to hold as resistance, this daily to hold as support. Of course, if we do move down, then we have other levels in between, and we can back that up once again with any fib pools. Okay, you have your 0.5 lining up with this. Again, previous resistance where we did have that consolidation. So if we are going to see a deeper retrace, it's all lining up very similar to how Bitcoin is right now on Ethereum. Litecoin, similar kind of thing. Okay, here's your support, this daily level, looking up towards this weekly as resistance, but again, just range bound. And until we see any kind of confirmation outside of this range, then that's basically what I'm trading at the moment. And any cryptos that are moving. of course. This one's always moving. Luna also looking good. Luna was one that we did look at the other day. Oh, no, we've done something relatively similar, I guess, to what was drawn on here. So Luna, another one, of course, is looking good. Any movers down? Not so much. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, that was a quick recap. Just a Monday morning, just look at the charts very quickly. It's very simple what I'm trading at the moment. My levels are quite clear. If anything does develop between these levels, then of course I will update as that happens. But realistically, you're looking at not a lot of volume up here, not a lot of volume within here, so any acceptance below or above is very likely to get a continuation to those next levels. So that's about all you need to trade. So yeah, thank you for watching. I know it was a very short one today, but I will of course do one in a bit more detail later on. Cheers, bye.